mystical fairy tale world that is an illusion created for this wonderful lady. And we have to track down some magical beans so we can create a beanstalk to escape. So we're gonna go visit some fairy tales.
The Emperor of Nilfgaard. He's come out to show off his new robe.
Such exquisite robes, the world's never seen.
Rat bastard!
And there are evil pixies that are here with the express intention of keeping people like us out. It's an ordinary day looking for magic beasts. To be fair, I think this type of situation qualifies as kind of exceptional, even for Geralt. Would be my estimation.
3 bears.
3 stools, 3 beds, 3 bowls.
One a bit too big, the other too small, the third just right. Blonde curls. Rest of the body's too mutilated. Hard to say anything.
She got what she deserved, as I see it. Always took what she wanted without asking.
No bean here. Gotta keep looking.
Visit Grandmama's house. Over the river and through the woods, to Grandmother's house we go. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Morning, J-Ray. The big bad wolf.
Hello? Can we talk?
Watch my head! Damn it all! I swear that was the last time I drank with Redbeard. Oh, Sienna, a bloody long time it's been. You've changed.
Whereas you, not at all, big bad wolf. Though it seems you've started running with the wrong crowd.
And who should I run with, eh? Thumbelina? One shot and she's under the table. But. What brings you?
Yeah, chat said I probably have about 2-ish hours left of this DLC, so we'll probably finish it up today.
Listen, looking for magic beans. Seen any?
I was given one for safekeeping, but...
Where is it? Talk!
Shh, not so loud.
Oh, I can be much louder than this. And resort to other means of persuasion.
Right there, the threats. Sienna to a T. Listen, I exist to restage a fairy tale. If you want to play at it, I'll be happy to oblige. But it won't be easy. The thing is, Little Red Riding Hoods popped her clogs.
What?
1,000 times they cut my gut open, filled it full of rocks and drowned me in the river. So once you stopped coming, I decided to repay the little imp for all her loving labor. Now what's at the bottom of the well, she and the hunter, which means we can't play, and I'm under no obligation to talk to you, not about beans, nor anything else. So leave me be. Sod off.
Wolf's pretty cranky.
Surprised? Think about it. He was cast in the role of the Nemesis without ever asking for it. It's a dog's life, I tell you.
So, what now?
Don't worry. I'll play with him. Or rather, play him. I just need that little red hood. The piece of apparel, that is. Not the poor girl's corpse.
That's a relief.
You wish to help me? Here's your chance. Jump in the well and fish it out. Well, chop chop.
All right. Time to jump in the well.
Break a leg.
Water movement.
Any luck?
Yep, look what I got.
That would never fit you. Give it to me.
We're more of a little blue hood. Thanks for the submission, J-Ray. Yeah, I really liked it. Like I said, I think I plan to do more of a completionist playthrough if they do drop the remastered version for the PS5 later this year.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Let's go see the big bad wolf.
Let me guess. You'll play the granddaughter.
And you, the hunter.
Oh, we're qualified to be the hunter.
You again? I thought I was clear. I will not talk to you if little Red Riding Hood is not with you.
Not a problem. Sienna can take her place.
What? Very well. It's not as if I can forbid you. Granddaughter, come closer, sweetie.
But Grandmama, what big eyes you have!
Better to see you with, my dear.
Granny, what big arms you have!
Better to embrace you with, my dear.
And Grandmama, what big teeth you have. Eh?
The better to eat you with, my dear.
Ugly and
Nice of him to focus on the person with plot armor.
Remember what Joss said about the red bean. A human has it, and he definitely didn't swallow it.
Gotta open his belly. Bottle caps, fake teeth, a corkscrew. Ah, here it is. Red bean.
Well then, one step closer to our goal.
What?
I find myself wondering if you're just horribly discreet, or if those mutations completely scrubbed away your curiosity. In your shoes, I'd have myriad questions. For instance, Sienna, whatever became of you after they drove you out? But you, nothing. You avoid all talk of it.
How do you figure out what's the red bean inside of the wolf? That's a good question. Geralt is an expert, to be fair.
Well, since you brought it up, I'd gladly hear about it.
The flower of Toussaint's Knights took me all the way to the Ketdu wilderness and left me there alone, without a copper, in a torn lace dress, right when the frosts were setting in. They assumed something would eat me, or that I'd do everyone a favor and die of hunger. But as always, I failed to live up to expectations. I wandered the woods for a week, went purple from the cold, gnawed the bark from twigs. Finally, I saw a light among the trees. A campsite. They were bandits, bearded, drunk, spattered with blood. I was sure they'd rape me or kill me. Or both.
Take it neither happened?
That's when I learned a robber and a murderer can be a better man than a knight in shining armor. They took me in, we set off for Nazaire, and I did what I could to repay them. I advanced in their ranks rather quickly. Eventually, I became their leader. Of the whole ragged band.
Been through a lot.
I have. And throughout this time, my sister was stomping grapes and shagging minstrels on down bedding.
She wasn't the one to banish you.
And I'm not angry at her for that. I'm angry at her because she forgot about me.
Right. We've had our chat. Come.
Talk to Longlocks. Is that like Rapunzel?
Do you like Anna Henrietta?
Do you jest? I adored her. My darling little sis. So adorable. So sweet. Yet when they banished me from the palace, she didn't so much as peek out of the window.
She might not have known. Maybe just couldn't.
And could she also not grant me amnesty when she was crowned? Please.
Three little pigs, chat.
My new robes absolutely
Oh,
stunning.
the three little pigs.
Ah, the
songs.
Emperor.
You know the story, don't you? Who's afraid of the big bad wolf?
Looks like Big Bad's already blown down the houses of straw and sticks. Brick's the only one left.
We should look inside. Remember Joss's words?
One beam lies out in the open, guarded by 3 nobodies. Yeah, could be it.
Alright, I wasn't expecting the pigs to attack us. I don't know why I wasn't, but...
Oh, Pumbox, they didn't like that!
That's one beam down. Good work.
They are upset we knocked their house down, which is fair, really. I tried to knock on the door, chat, nobody answered.
The Big Bad Witcher huffed and puffed, and look, got a bean.
It cannot be.
What cannot be?
You actually have a sense of humor.
Why so shocked?
Well, when you arrived, all you did was pout and mumble things in that graphically monotone. And now this. A jest. And a good one at that. But here we are chatting away when there's work to do. We must keep looking.
Everybody loves Geralt, chat. Well, most people. People that we're not killing.
So, do you like it here?
No, got a problem with magic in general. Illusions, portals, all that. Don't trust any of it.
A bow of old-fashioned tastes, eh? I like that.
Did I miss this area? How did this open up? This is part of the main storyline of the Blood and Wine DLC. So if you play through that, this is towards the end of it. Oh, that's true. Yeah, depending on what choice you take, you probably don't see this either. Okay, yeah, so if you go the other way with Regis, you probably don't see this. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do another playthrough of this game at some point. The fact that, like, there's so many different permutations of things you see through, Like, the main storyline had a lot of permutations, too.
Flint! Cigars!
There's a notice board here. Seeking owner of glass slipper. Will take unwanted children. Contract Lucy this goosey. Ever since I moved here from the Castle of Clouds, I feel like I'm being watched. Help me before it's too late.
Contract from a goose. That's new.
You really aim to concern yourself with that?
A true witcher should never abandon poultry in distress.
Ducked goose. Maybe we'll do that.
Care for a cigarillo? A bit of tobacco? A dab of fistek?
She's drug peddling, chat.
When I was a lass, but no one bought them, so I branched out. Now I deal in snuffs, puffs, all sorts of fun things. What'll you have, sweeties?
Magic beans. Do you have any?
If it's not the new name of some kicker I already have, dearies, then no. But maybe you'd like some.
Hey, where'd you get that ribbon? That's mine.
Is that so? Then why was it lying in the bushes? Finders keepers, sweetheart.
The ribbon. Mind explaining what the fuss is about?
There's not much to explain. I got it from Aturius Vigo when I was a child. It was to protect me from evil. It clearly didn't work, given how I ended up.
But it means a lot to you.
How should I put this? I have so few mementos from my childhood, and the ribbon reminds me of the good old days, when I was someone else.
Dears, could you continue this touching scene elsewhere, You're scaring away my customers.
So this illusion was intended as a playground for children, but it hasn't been maintained in a long time. So this is it slowly deteriorating. Yeah, due to magical entropy.
Give Sienna the ribbon. Why not, huh?
Sugar plum. The only thing I hand out for free is a first hit. To get them to come back for a second, because after all else, you've got to pay.
What if I asked you nicely?
Ask me nicely and I might play you for it. A round of cards?
Fine. I'll pay you for the ribbon. This enough?
It's enough. Now go away.
All right. Tell me
What?
what you want in return. I'm not doing this out of the kindness of your heart.
Don't want anything in return.
Thank you.
Yeah, I already have my what's it called? So like, I already have my Grandmaster gear, so you can be fast and loose with our currency now. Duck, goose. Okay, I'm kind of digging the fairy tale world, and if I do another playthrough of this game, we'll probably make different decisions and go the other route. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this duck, goose side quest while we're here. Wolfwood, thank you for the 26 months. I really appreciate the Prime. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around a long time. I'm not gonna do the house this time through. I'm gonna save our currency on that for the next playthrough.
Doesn't seem to be at home. A feather. Broken. There was a fight.
Oh no, somebody attacked the goose, chat.
Goose feathers. Must have been flapping its wings. Or did it just get plucked?
Watch out! Pixies!
And someone was asking about this being intended for children. Not only is there magical entropy, but last time Sienna mentioned that the pixies were put here intentionally to stop intruders like me. So like if I wasn't with her, the pixies wouldn't be attacking. They were put here as a safeguard in case someone, not the girls, came through.
Some kind of camp?
The goose is ours! The golden eggs as well! You mean to trust?
But why keep her in a cage? Eggs from free-range birds are so much better. Only one bean to go. Concentrate, Geralt.
Here it is. Got it.
I think that was 3 of the 7 dwarves, chat.
Good thing you posted that notice. Never would have found you otherwise.
Oh look, she laid a golden egg for you.
If only all my employers were that generous. Would have preferred a magic bean, but not about to complain.
The repair sword. We were with Yen this playthrough.
Really travel all the way here for a coffee.
Nature of the job.
I don't believe it. You must have had another reason.
Well, spent a few idyllic months in Beauclair some time past. Part of me wanted to come back, I think.
Oh yes. Visit Toussaint once and you'll always long to return.
Ugly bastard.
I am the whirlwind, chat.
Recognize it? Once upon a time, a terrible dragon attacked Vizima. It took a clever young courtier to bring about its defeat.
Right. Every now and again, some village idiot tries to imitate him. And I gotta come in to clean up the mess.
Did you already find the Charming Prince? I did not. The only quest we found in here was the Golden Goose one on the notice board, right? I'm pretty sure. I don't think mods work on the PlayStation, Biggest Ben. I also don't really know that there are QRL things I'd really change.
It always grapple up her braid in the past, right? See it anywhere.
We'll find another way up. This Longlock's tower?
Indeed. It's even taller than I remember.
Wait. What Joss said about the third beam, remember?
In the possession of a bald farmhand somewhere deep beneath the ground.
The possession of a bald farmhand deep beneath the ground. Well, that is thoroughly the opposite. Where is she at? She's like taking the long way around. Maybe she doesn't want to go through the water.
Could pull myself up here, and I'll have to make that jump.
If you say so, I shall wait down here if it's all the same. Climbing's not my strong suit.
Yeah, I think the signposts are fine. And even like inventory weight was kind of tedious to start, but like since I got the better saddlebags for plus 100, that also hasn't felt like a big deal. There was a little bit of a crunch on how much money you had repairing your items early, but that also hasn't been a big deal as we've gotten further into the game. Don't forget to eat the egg. Is the egg a consumable? Golden egg, hard-boiled, varied. Are you supposed to eat the egg? EDUGC, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Good morning. That's true, we can save. Ooh, it gave us an ability point. That's nice. I don't actually know that I have anything to put ability points into at the moment. I'm out of slots. Oh, we'll eventually save them up for putting things into here, huh? Because this unlocks us extra things. So we're just like saving ability points for the time being. Nice, thanks for the tip. I already maxed that, I believe. I think 3 points was the max in that one. Yeah. Yeah, all of these are 3-pointers that I have right now. And I don't have enough points to get extra intensity on these. I need 6 more points in the magic area. So I'd either need to dump points into something else I'm not using. Yeah, a bunch of these magic ones are only 3 out of 3. So it's a bit harder to get to the higher ranked ones in there, it seems like. Good lord. This is Rapunzel. It was Rapunzel. Till she hung herself with her hair.
Bean. Here it is. Would have stumped to climb all that way for nothing.
Can we Assassin's Creed into the water? Let's find out. This might end poorly. Oh, yeah.
So?
Got the bean, but long logs. Seems she got sick of waiting for a knight in shining armor.
Can you blame her? Men these days, dandies and fops all.
That why you cozied up to a vampire?
Dettlaff was a tool, and only a tool.
Too bad he didn't know that.
I trust no one. Learned that long ago. Now it's his turn.
Cold.
Got a history with Dettlaff now, so this meeting will be different. Not afraid?
I can handle him.
Sure about that?
You look at him as a witcher and see a monster. I know what he's really like. You needn't worry. It's time to go. Just a bit more work and we'll be able to say sort off to this fecking fable sphere.
I like how they're so fairy tale-esque here. She doesn't even say fucking, she says fecking.
Prepare to meet the giant.
Damn it, well, I'd intended to Ard there.
Right, this is the spot. Pull out the beans. Wait!
Why?
This stalk will sprout abruptly. Very abruptly. We must be careful. All right, toss them!
Feel free to ban people self-promoting. I missed that because it wasn't in English. It's incredibly rude. I take back my things for the follow. Sod off, you fecking idiot.
Something's always gotta go wrong.
Poor Geralt. Do you get to fight a giant at the top of this thing?
Incredible.
Admire the view later. First, we must deal with... him.
B5 Bo Bomb. He can jump through the clouds. Alright, so Ice doesn't seem to do much here. Oh, that was Igni. Shields up. Don't worry about her, Chad. She's got plot armor. Solid whirlwind. What's up? Our sword breaks at an impressive rate. To be fair, he's rather large. Hey, Kid Cuzzy, thank you for the entire year. Welcome back.
I told you this land had gone ape mad, though I did not expect it to be so severe.
Can't help thinking you might have done that on purpose.
Why ever would I have?
To get rid of your guard, your captor. Getting close to the exit at this point. Probably think you don't need me anymore.
Well, you're wrong. You still stand to be quite useful to me.
Alpha, thanks to the biddies.
That so? How? Plan to use me like you did Dettlaff?
No, I need you for a purpose far simpler. Well, don't just stand there and stare. I need a man, Geralt. And I'm not afraid to say it. I have no idea what awaits me once we leave this place. Treat it as my last wish.
Alright, chat, this is a family-friendly stream, kind of, but I skip these scenes for you. What do you want Geralt to do? Skip Sex in the Clouds? Oh, they're literally floating in the cloud. This is fanciful. Can we have comment? Now there's an upside down Spider-Man kiss going on because they're floating in the clouds while coupling. Now this is a fairy tale I can get behind, right? We're completing the adult fairy tale portion here. Sound effects only. Use your imagination, chat. The graphics are old anyways. There actually really was. We probably would have been okay with that. There was barely any nudity because they were floating in the clouds while doing it.
Just gonna go our separate ways? No parting words?
Did you wish to tell me something?
Actually, that'd probably be best.
Oh my. No woman's ever treated you this way.
Not that I recall, no.
In that case, at last you felt what so many women in this world feel at times.
He's just like, what, you don't feel anything for me? I'm not used to that. No, Geralt, she used you. She used you and then she's throwing you away.
I just hope this tale has a happy ending. For me, for you, for everyone.
That may very well depend on you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing beyond what you heard. For now. Come. The exit's this way.
Oh, I better get to loot this giant. Damn it! I'm not gonna get to loot this giant, am I? Oh, thank goodness. I was concerned, shit.
Will-o'-the-wisp. I think it's got something to show us.
Careful. It's not to be trusted.
Just curious. Why do you want the Heart of Toussaint and the ducal wine?
They were my right. My due.
Doubt we would have figured you out if you hadn't tried to get them. Know that, don't you?
I do. And I regret nothing. One lives but once. Here, we need but jump into the well. You first.
Alright, into the well we go. Bring to repair a sword, that's a good point. Restores 90%, restores 40%. Probably enough, right? Yeah, it's at 49. Hey, thanks for the follow, by the way, Alpha. This is towards the end of my first playthrough. Got the entirety of it up on my YouTube, so we're about 60-ish hours in now, I think. We did the main story, and this is the end of the second DLC. You're probably aware of that, though, if you've played through before.
Portals in a fountain? Not terribly practical.
It was a secret passage. Henriette and I would use it to...
hide from your governess, which luckily she noted down in her diary. Thus, I knew where to await you. Never mind that.
Snap
Has the young
back
lady
to
agreed
reality.
to clean up the mess she's made?
She has. And stop treating me as if I were a child.
Would you prefer I treated you like the lying manipulator you are?
Regis, what happened to your famous manners?
Apologies. I forgot myself.
Let's go. Really want to be done with this.
I would wonder about our ability to get her safely out of the city, but Regis is a BAMF.
Nice place.
Isn't it? Offers a lovely view of the valley. On a clear day, you can see the outlines of Dun Time.
There was not rune chair today, Captain. I'm taking today and tomorrow off. I was going to take the weekend off altogether, but I really wanted to finish this since we were so close.
So sensitive, so aware. Honestly, what did Dettlaff ever see in you?
Perhaps he'll tell you himself.
You nervous?
Mm-hmm. It's always a bit nerve-wracking meeting an ex. Especially so when said ex is a vampire.
I doubt he'll be in the mood for jests.
I know. May I be honest? Yes, I'm nervous. I really would prefer just to run off. I gave my word I would help, I know. But how much is that worth? Yet I owe him this meeting. And that is that.
Let's get ready. Dettlaff will be here any moment now.
Regis promised us she wouldn't be hurt, so I assume if he attacks us, Regis is going to fight with us. Hey, thanks, Alpha.
Sienna, I have a question I must ask you. Did you truly feign it all? That which bound us was a ruse?
Deadlove, it's not that simple.
Oh no, it's very simple. You either deceived me or not. In forgiving you, I grieve. For now, we must part.
What? But how?
The ribbon. Ha! Seems I've been fooled again.
We bought her the ribbon so she was saved.
Sooner or later, she will pay.
What a...
You never should have meddled with her.
Yeah, if we hadn't bought her the ribbon, she'd be dead. Wow. The number of permutations of things that could happen in this game are just incredible. Because the mage said the ribbon would protect her, and it did. She was about to die, and it transported her back to the fairy tale world. He said only an elder vampire can kill another elder vampire. Ah, shit. Regis hesitated.
I was just a lass. You tricked me. Both of you. Didn't plan any of it.
What on God's green earth?
If you acknowledge your wrongs, start praying now.
Alright, shields up, food perk. We about to die? It won't let me out of this thing. Ah, shit. Okay, so I need to not step in that. Got it. Okay. I've never fought him. He lets you go if you let Sienna die. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. This guy is strong. Yeah, and I don't, I burned my healing potions that we had picked up earlier on, knowing not to step in the things that trap me should give me some more room.
Nice place.
Isn't it? Offers a lovely view of the valley.
I'm really surprised it rolled us back this far.
Is it, though? A ruin like any other, I think.
So sensible.
Perhaps he'll tell you himself.
Let's get ready.
Should quick save when the fight starts. Okay, yeah, I'm surprised it didn't autosave for us there. I'm gonna skip through these since we saw them.
The ribbon.
Ha! Seems I've been fooled again.
Okay, we can save. Yeah, I don't have ingredients for anything. I think I had a couple of potions left over though, right? From earlier. I have like some very minimal ones. Thunderbolt, toxicity, 30% attack power. Tawny Owl. And I feel like I should put my other better sandwich up top, huh? I can also eat things more rapidly. I can eat food more rapidly. Instead of just waiting for the perk to take effect.
I want you just for us. Both of you!
Didn't plan any of it.
Acknowledge them, gods. Start praying now.
Well, okay. So I heard a few people say the last boss of the DLC is really tough. They appear to have not lied. I probably need to be a little bit more patient and dodge around to let our health get back to full. We did save last time though, so.
I want you just for us. Both of you!
Didn't plan any of it.
challenge any gods. Start praying now.
Yeah, I basically want to keep... I want to keep Quen up 100% of the time. And I want to... I want to keep my life total high, and I want to stay out of the pits. Yeah, that's... Damn it, so we're dead. It seems like his bats put us to like 30% regardless of what our life total is. I wonder if hitting him with Ard when he lands is helpful. Yeah, we gotta dodge on the bats. The timing on when the bat's actually happening, yeah, on when I'm supposed to roll is tough.
I want you just... You tricked me. Both of you!
Didn't find any of it.
Also, you know what's totally not happening? Is one of my skills bugged? I have the skill that's supposed to prevent me from dying the first time once every 3 minutes. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I have adrenaline. It's supposed to work if I don't have any adrenaline too. When vitality reaches 0, it will be restored at 100%. Oh, requires at least 1 adrenaline point, which will be consumed. Oh. Yeah, it's equipped. Seeing how it actually works out in practice, that skill seems super useless. I definitely wish I would have taken the one that gives me damage reduction when dodging instead. I thought that would be more useful, but it's actually just not doing anything. Which is sad that we're finding that out here at the last guy. We'll probably reskill and do that if I play this again. Having damage reduction while dodging sounds way more useful.
I want you just... You tricked me. Both of you!
Didn't plan any of it.
Silence!
Oh, good. And now we're gonna die to just him. Now we're gonna die to him just here. The way it's described, it does not, the way it reads in the menu, it's not working out in practice the way I expected it to. And taking less damage while dodging would definitely be a lot more useful.
Both of you!
Didn't plan any of it.
Alright, I think I'm over this fight. Which is fine. Oh. To the people telling me I should do combat in a different way, I'm not min-maxing this. We've played through all of the other combats in the particular way that I want to play, so if I wanted to min-max things, I'd be playing a competitive online game. Min-maxing single-player games is silly in my opinion.
I want justice. You tricked me, both of you. Silence.
Oh yeah, what's the recommended character level for this quest? Nah, it's at 49. We're at the right level. The person who said just run, don't dodge, you literally can't run. Or at least it's not. When I walk by, it's going very slowly. Okay, a missile. Thanks for the follow. Alright, thanks for the 25 months. Sorry. A lot going on. Even on just the story, it does like most of our health there. Oh, there's still a final form after it? Am I supposed to kill these? Got it. final form Detloff coming out? Yeah, I mean, I just set it down to the easiest. So, like... Yeah, and he's technically still alive, right? Yeah, we just failed it like 3 times, like 6 times running on the second highest difficulty. It's the first time I've downscaled the difficulty while playing this game. Yeah, he's not dead. Only he can kill one of his kind.
Leave him to me. Be gone.
I can't let...
I insist.
He had to kill his friend. Is this the only ending for this, where he kills the friend? Because he said he wouldn't stand in your way if you go to kill him without bringing him Sienna. And someone else said if you don't get Sienna the ribbon, Detloff just disappears after killing her.
My, what a smashing ensemble. You wear it well.
Shut up. I look like a twit.
The caftan is sewn of the best fabrics available, and according to the best tailoring practices. But one must have a modicum of taste to appreciate this. Even the most exquisite robes cover only deficiencies in beauty, never in refinement.
Usually wear something different, better suited to my trade. Got nothing against this particular outfit, though. Just don't exactly feel comfortable in it. And I despise formal occasions.
Nothing one can't get accustomed to. Now, be so kind as to stand still. All that being as it may, Toussaint's highest honor, the Order of Vitis Vinifera, demands appropriate attire. The Duchess cannot be expected to drape the medal on a suit of armor caked in mud. Palace protocol places enormous emphasis on form, virtuous tradition, etiquette.
Huh. A tradition which values appearances ahead of all else. Which calls for lordly, glistening triviality and misplaced generosity.
Sound wistful. Pensive, Regis. That because they refuse to buy you a new outfit?
Hardly. It's the tone I ever adopt when I find myself pondering, which, believe it or not, happens quite a lot. Besides, I've no need for a new outfit as I shall not be attending the ceremony.
Why not?
Because unlike you, I don't have to. I shall begin to pack my belongings instead. I trust you'll join me later, once you're richer by a medal and a fascinating new experience?
Count on it.
Who's my favorite character in the game? A lot of the characters are well written in different ways. I don't know that I have a strict favorite among them.
Ceremonies, medals honoring virtues, just keeps coming up.
I've had no reprieve either. And I keep thinking of the last great virtue, compassion. It's the one piece of the puzzle that never seemed to fit.
Mean you suddenly believe the 5 virtues theory, after all we've revealed?
It's not a question of belief, superstition, or old wives' tales. It's a conclusion derived through exercising pure logic. Syanna planned everything in advance. Had we not stopped her, surely there'd have been a 5th victim. One the gossips would have associated with a lack of compassion.
Her plans don't matter now. Can't act on them. Ask the messenger who delivered my invitation to the ceremony. Syanna's in the palace. Courtiers pressured the Duchess to lock her in a tower.
Do you care not a whit who else was in her black book? We've some time before the ceremony. We could still chat with that boot-cleaning urchin. He was the one to pass the victims' names to Dettlaff. Perhaps we missed something.
Hey, Quack, came to drop off my sub. Thanks for the content. Hope all is well for you in your 2021. Thanks for the 7 months. I wouldn't be here without folks like you. Welcome back. Yeah, my 2021's off to a very reasonable start. That's a good question. How do you know the Bootblack delivered letters?
Regis, Bootblack didn't say anything about making deliveries when we talked to him. How do you know he handled the letters?
While you basked in glory and tried on new formal wear, I conducted a little investigation of my own. You'd be very proud to see how I conducted myself. I began by concocting an ample supply of boot wash for our enterprising young friend. I'd observed that among street folk, amidst their society as a whole, reciprocity takes precedence over all other codes, and thus no good deed goes unrewarded. Of course,
you bribed him.
The same holds true for malicious or destructive deeds.
The letters, what's the connection?
When the Bootblack arrived to collect his bucketful, he hinted he knew more. Simply put, we'd failed to ask the proper questions when we chatted earlier. It took a bit more tongue loosening, but ultimately he spoke. He admitted he'd handed Dettlaff the letters. He knew this information was valuable to me. In providing it, he was simply repaying me.
If there's supposed to be music, it's not playing. You are correct.
All in all, why not check up on that? We'll go together, assuming we're done here.
I am done, yes. It lies in your hands now to see if you are able to present my handiwork at the ceremony with the dignity it is due. Or if you will first destroy it, crawling about the city's underbelly.
Promise to be careful.
The tailor is so salty that we're going to investigate this, chat.
Oh, it's the swordsman. Good to see you. Here for a spiffing? Dirty boots are a stain on professional dignity, you know. Step on up.
Need to ask you something.
Yet again? Go on then. I'm a proponent of free speech and I will gladly tell you all I know. But why not get your boots shanked while we jabber?
Guess they could use a spit and polish.
Then I shall take advantage as well. A friend of mine used to say boots should be as clean as the soles that wear them.
Clean boots, clean soles. A fine slogan.
Man in the frock coat. You passed him some letters, remember?
Why, of course. I'm young, got a mind like a steel trap, but...
If you're about to tell me this information will cost me, forget it. How'd you get those letters?
Beggars brought them.
Why didn't you tell us this before, when we first talked?
You didn't ask about beggars now, did you?
Beggars. Tell us more about them. How many were there?
Why, 4. 1 for each letter.
Just 4? Sure you didn't get a 5th?
I can't count, you know.
Remember anything else? These beggars have anything in common?
What? Come now. Each was different. Some had mismatched boots, others had no boots at all. Oh, I know! They all had no home!
Kid, my patience is starting to run a little thin. Now think hard. Where'd they get the letters? They pick them up? Get them from someone?
I don't know. They'd come, hand me a letter, and walk away. I asked no questions.
Geralt, allow me to ask a question. Listen, lad. I'll be glad to mix another batch of that bootshine for you. But you must focus now and tell us all you know. Where can we find the beggars?
Well, at the shelter, most like.
Where's that?
Everyone knows. It's just round the corner. Up those stairs, then right.
Thanks, kid. For your trouble. We must visit the shelter. Look around inside.
The music's definitely missing. I'm gonna real quick. I think that usually fixes it. I want to make sure when we do the last quest line that the music's working, because I'm sure there's gonna be banger music at the very end. This audio soundtrack in this game's really well done. They did a really good job of not only making Tucson look and feel different than Velen and Novigrad, but also the music has a different texture to it too as well. Have a good one, Alpha. Thanks for dropping in today, and thanks for the bits. Thanks everybody for hanging out today. Great to see over 200 people here this morning. We're coming in on the close to my first Witcher 3 playthrough. The next story-driven game we're going to be playing is going to be God of War. Hey, thanks, Alpha. I do plan to revisit this one at some point. CDPR had teased they're going to release an improved graphics version for the PS5 at some point this year, so when they do that, I plan to revisit and do a New Game Plus.
This is a decent district. We need no filth folk bumming about.
Gentlemen, there's no need to raise your voices. Let's keep our calm.
Our calm is exactly what you disturb. You? What do you want?
To talk.
Here, that's a waste of breath. We've tried it, only to tire our lips. We'll use other means of persuasion now.
Gentlemen, calm, please.
Either get out along with these flea-ridden vagabonds, or we'll toss you all out. Our patience is gone. This place is no longer a rank refuse dump.
Scram! Decent folk live here.
Decent folk you mention. Mean yourselves.
Why? Do you doubt it?
Hell yes.
Hear that, Artois? He poking insults us. On our own turf.
We should step aside, good fellow. My friend is perfectly capable of settling this unfortunate dispute on his own.
All right. I can take a hint. Come, time to go.
I thank you so much for your aid. I tried to reason with them, but they'd have beat me blue had you not come along. I'm grateful. Immensely.
What did they want from you?
They are neighbors. Wish me to take my folk, the shelter, elsewhere. They dislike that I help the beggars. I do not oppose going
Capitalist
elsewhere,
chat.
to have somewhere to go. But you've come with a problem, have you? My turn to aid you.
Need some information. Looking for a man who might have mentioned the Boot Black in Rue de Garl.
The Boot Black? A feisty lad. I know him.
Any of your, wards supposed to meet him recently or soon?
Forgive me. Those I help and I are not so close that I would know. But should you wait, they'll all soon come for their meal. You can question them yourselves.
Thanks. We'll wait. Nice of you to let us.
My dears, I've a matter to address before I serve the soup. These two gentlemen have some questions of you. Pay attention. Answer in brief. For if you draw it out, your soup will go cold. And we wouldn't want that, would we?
Recently, 4 of you delivered sealed letters to the Bootblack. I know this.
This game's really well done, though,
What
Skip.
the gentleman means? Go on, speak up. Romain?
Why should I squeal? We were all told not to mention the letters. We all swore.
You can tell me, Romain. You were given a letter and you delivered it, right? Good work, Romain. Thank you. Who else?
I got one too. Gave it to the Bootblack. And Freshy, he got one. But he can't tell you, as he's not here.
I still have mine. I'm to deliver it 2 days after the Feast of St. Barnabas.
I need the letter. It's very important. It's no use to you anymore.
But I was to deliver it personally.
Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Journey.
That is what she said, and she was frightening.
You ought to heed folk who are kind and honest. These men helped me a short while ago, helped all of us. If this individual threatened you, you need not keep the promise you made.
All right, take it. I didn't want to see the Bootblack anyways. It's always muddy there.
Battle Fury's a heck of a card, Journey.
Damn it.
What is it? Another name, truly?
See for yourself.
Well. I must say, even I did not expect this. This time you will see to our Duquesa. It seems we underestimated Syanna rather grossly.
Wow, she was gonna murder her sister.
Dettlaff was literally supposed to tear her heart out.
Yet first you must snap her neck. Puzzling.
Hey, Strange Journey, thank you for the sub gift. Good morning.
Puzzle complete now.
Alas, the matter's ceased to be a tantalizing brain teaser and has turned incredibly grave. We've proof of a plot to assassinate Toussaint's ruler. We've proof of a coup d'etat.
Duchess was to be Dettlaff's last victim. Syanna planned it from the start.
Indeed. The logical conclusion, Geralt.
4 seemingly random victims to start. The virtue's their only link. Enough to get folk talking about a righteous, vengeful beast. Obscured the victims' links to Syanna, even as she had those she despised killed off one by one, leaving the Duchess for last.
Had she managed to fulfill her plan, none would have questioned the reasons. Most would have thought Anna Henrietta had died for her sins. She was known to show a hard heart on many occasions. Ample proof of a lack of compassion.
Why would Syanna murder her own sister? Out of envy?
Probably to take power since she was close by.
Penchant for evil?
Yes, and yes. All seem likely, and none are mutually exclusive. But if you'd like to know for certain, you could always ask her yourself.
Actually, love to learn her motives.
Praiseworthy, I suppose. Sometimes one should stare evil in the face.
Seems a bit strong, no?
She used my friend as her tool for killing. I believe I've every right to condemn her, but I support your lust for the truth. Some philosophers think empirical examination the sole path to knowledge. I believe you mentioned the Duchess keeps Syanna locked up.
Courtiers were insisting on a harsher punishment. Much harsher. Think Anna Henrietta had to protect her sister from a lynch mob as much as she wanted to protect her subjects from a criminal. One way or another, she's locked away in a secluded wing of the palace, awaiting trial before a court of law. I'd need to get past some guards to see her. Coming with?
Of course not. I shall await you at Mare la Chaise Longue.
I'll not risk entering the palace after Dettlaff and his minions rampage.
Besides, I vastly prefer the company of a simple mug of mandrake brew to that of the Duchess's vile sister.
So, said straight up, it means you're going off to get drunk because you hate Siana.
I've never been fond of categorical statements of that kind, but I admit I could not vouch for my behavior in her presence.
She treated Dettlaff cruelly.
Caused his death in the end, and now this? Atop all that? No, Geralt. I will not go with you. I will await you at the cemetery.
I'm gonna throw the difficulty back to where it was before.
Oh.
Should we talk to Siana, chat? Suppose we technically still have our armor, right? That was the wrong one. Oh, is it putting these inside of... that's why it keeps slipping. It's putting them inside of, inside of quest items. I need that for the what's it called? Got it. I was like, why does he keep moving it? What is that armor? This is the Grandmaster Cat School gear. You know, honestly, I know it's a little bit older. Actually, is it older? What year? Skyrim's older than this game, right? After playing this game and Horizon Zero Dawn, Skyrim really doesn't seem like that good of a game. It can also be, I think these games are better served as third-person games, but I guess you could theoretically play that game as third-person, right? I just always played it as first. Skyrim's 2011, okay. Yeah, I didn't play that game when it came out, so what year it released is lost on me a little bit. That's 2011. This game was 2015, right? Yeah. So a good bit newer.
Oh, I bet he's right.
I feel like, from a story, even considering like all the things from a storytelling perspective, Skyrim is much worse. And I feel like, that's just by virtue of the fact that they let you kind of create any style of character you want. Whereas, like, because games like this and Horizon Zero Dawn force you to play a specific persona, they're able to tell a story a bit better.
Race no fuss, water no wine.
Yeah, I revisited and tried to play Morrowind, but the lack of voice acting in that game at that point, combined with the combat being god-awful, just made it so I couldn't get through it. Darko Real, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. What kind of games did I play growing up? My father thought consoles were bad, and we weren't allowed to have video games. I had a Game Boy Color that had just Pokemon on it, so we played that. And then if you count a teenager as growing up, then when I was a teenager and I had some of my own money to buy and build a computer, we played mostly competitive games. I guess MMOs don't count as competitive. We played Guild Wars 1 with my friend group, but we played a lot of Counter-Strike Source, were the two games I played as a teenager. Yeah, Morrowind, and that was, what was the other game we played that came recommended? There was some other RPG that was more recent that was an indie one that was gritty and dark, but it was more like reading a book than playing a video game. I want my video games to be closer to movies than books, and voice acting does that a lot better. I think that was a big part of why, Disco Elysium, like that game was decent, but there was just so much reading I couldn't get engaged with it.
Halt!
Need to see Sienna, urgently.
In the matter of?
I see the appeal of game stories being similarly to a novel, but for me personally, in terms of content, fully active, yeah, that's me too, Violet. I've not played Yakuza, but they're on my list of things to poke at eventually.
Want to talk to her. It's important.
Want to talk? Go see your gran at tea time. Not one locked up on the Duquesse's orders. No doing without special permission. Period.
Found some information important to her case. Need an explanation, urgently.
Ah, fine then. You're that witcher who solved the murders, no? Then you've my permission, but only for a few minutes.
Promise to be brief.
The Witcher will speak with the inmate. You can take a momentary break.
As long as it's truly but a moment. Highly irregular, this.
Have you come to see how I fare? I'm fine, thank you. Artorius' ribbon worked wonders. It's a shame they took it from me.
I know who the 5th victim was supposed to be.
Goodness, you're simply a compulsive snoop. I'm in prison. Dettlaff is dead. Could you not just drop it?
Sienna, stop pretending you couldn't care less. I know it's an act, and it's really starting to wear. Why do you want to kill her?
For such an accomplished investigator to ask about the obvious? Come now, Geralt. Why do you think?
Because she turned her back on you, then banished all memory of you?
Bravo, Geralt. Yet another riddle solved, and your sick curiosity sated. Well, what now? Off to share your discovery with Anna Henrietta? No, she's no longer in danger, true. But she very well might add a little something to your reward.
Definitely gonna tell her. Not necessarily for the coin, though.
Then why do it at all?
She ought to know. If only 'cause you'll probably try to kill her again if she ever lets you out.
Yep.
I probably will.
At least you're being honest, finally.
Lying only ever makes sense when there's a chance someone will believe you. It's actually refreshing,
Big mood.
in a way, to say what I truly think. So why don't I do it a bit more? I was only ever nice to you to get you to sleep with me. I thought you might come in handy one day. Your comrade Regis is using you, and Anna Henrietta perceives you solely as her unthinking, blunt instrument. She's right to, you know.
Kill her with
hurting
kindness,
people
Jet.
At it? Sorry, but won't give you the satisfaction. The Witcher mutations, you know. It's hard to draw my blood.
Don't worry. I'll find a way.
Have a nice life, Sienna.
Can't say I feel bad about her.
de la Tour would like to see you. Shall we go at once?
Let's go. Want to see him too.
As her sister, I would behead her just in case. Yep. I'm glad we learned what we learned. I would have pushed for mercy had we not found that out.
Damien.
Geralt, it's about time. Ready for the ceremony?
Got some important information. Anna Henrietta was supposed to be Dettlaff and Sienna's 5th victim.
You are certain of this?
Completely. Found proof.
Inconceivable. How could she? The murders, the mayhem she brought down on the city, were they not enough? She sought to strike down her own sister, her liege. traitor. I must alert my men. Enlarge the Duchess's honor guard. Make certain Sylvia Anna is closely watched during the questioning. I'll see to it personally. I thank you, Witcher, for alerting me, and I appreciate your attentiveness. Very well. Let us get things underway. Don your ceremonial attire. Then you'll come with me. Her Grace awaits.
Are they gonna change us back in there for us? What's going on, Black Thread Toast? You don't gotta miss me, I'm right here. Thanks for dropping in today. Witcher's wonderful. Ah, don't we look lovely?
In the Guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings.
We look like we can't put our arms down. This looks very starch heavy, this outfit.
Highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place went up in flames.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart. For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Toussaint's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, Slayer of the Beast of Beauclair, step forth.
That's much better than the Butcher of Blaviken, Jet.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. Such is our desire. May the symbol serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair. In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you, in addition. I give you more than a dozen barrels of Son Real, a wine normally reserved for the ducal table. The gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits. Are you content?
I am, and truly grateful, Your Grace. Sadly, I'm afraid I have to sour the mood. It's Syanna. She plotted to have you killed, Duchess. Planned to use Detloff. You were to be the beast's fifth victim.
This cannot be true. You're mistaken. You must be.
I have proof.
I do not believe it.
As you will. Don't say we didn't warn you.
In a moment I shall speak to Syanna. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet what you tell me now I find devastating. I've come to doubt that I can judge her fairly. I'd far prefer to learn you're mistaken, Geralt.
I'm not. In fact, I'd recommend you be particularly careful around her.
You exaggerate, Witcher. She is my sister. I know well how to speak to her.
I have proof. I do not believe it. Big 2020 mood. Yep.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in.
That's true. We didn't actually present her with the evidence.
The Witcher will take part in our talk.
The Duchess requested I be present.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister, and my heart does not allow me to treat you as a common criminal. Nor does it let me believe you sought my demise. My heart yearns to know you were swayed by the monster Dettlaff. You yourself would never stoop so low. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me, as one impartial. I shall now hear what he has to say.
No matter the mitigating circumstances, whatever they may be, Syanna is a criminal and should be tried as such. And punished as such. Her guilt is clear.
Your words sadden me greatly, Witcher. But I cannot deny their logic. Syanna, you shall be tried and given a fitting punishment. Yet we shall never cease to be family. As Duchess, I shall have to judge you. But as your sister, I shall never stop loving you. Will you forgive me?
She's gonna kill her, isn't she? Or try to? I feel like this hug doesn't end well, chat.
I shall never forgive you.
What an ending. What an ending. If we say the other one, if we tell her to give mercy, does she not murder her? Because I saw her fist clench when we said she needed to be tried as a criminal. This feels like the ending of a Shakespeare play, right? You can save them both. Wild. You have to push for forgiveness in the tower scene as well. Okay. Okay. God, just the number of permutations in this game is wild. Because what? There's like 5 or 6 different endings you could play through there?
Need some flowers. A wreath, or...
I've none. Sold everything. I was just on my way out. No sense hanging about with nothing to do. Should come as no shock, sir. Had the funeral. Folk took it all. Men, women, children. All wished to lay a bouquet on the Duchess's grave. Windflowers, peonies, gladioli. But she liked common roses best. I know. Her ladies-in-waiting would come here at times. I'd choose the loveliest blooms for her. Fragrant, big petals, the kind that last a long time. I've still not come to terms with it. To be killed by her own sister. How could it happen?
That's the truth.
Anna Henrietta wanted to believe there was still hope for Syanna, that she'd show remorse. She reached a hand out to her. Too soon. Too trusting.
Oh, I know you. You're that Witcher from the north. The one that saved us from the beast.
Mm-hmm. Could say that.
Wait here. Take these.
Thought you were out of flowers.
I put a bouquet aside. I was to take it to her myself. But you have it. I know you held the Duchess dear.
How much do I owe you?
Not a copper. Keep your coin and raise a toast in her memory tonight.
Do just that. Farewell.
Yeah, for people saying the city's a disaster because she died, there was a vampire attack from Detloff that, like, really messed up the city. If you didn't watch our session live from last time, you'll want to catch, like, the last hour or so of it, at the very least. City got real jacked up.
Snow White, you with the exquisite hair.
He just called me Snow White.
Dark secrets taints even a fairy tale duchy like Tucson.
A copper, that is all I ask.
So that is who her grace summoned from the north.
Gosh, maybe we should have pushed for forgiveness, chat. I feel bad now. I didn't expect the Duchess to get killed. They had so many guards there. We're really good at getting bad endings in this game, chat.
It's not decent. My Gerard, no. She was the Duchess's sister. Shared her...
Witcher, I was certain you'd departed.
Couldn't. Anna Henrietta was...
wondrous. Beautiful. Good. The best ruler one could hope to have. Yet I let her down.
This is the middle ending? Okay, so like the good ending is where they both survive or you convince them for forgiveness, right?
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one expected Sienna to do that, persist to the end. And none of us did anything to stop her. 'Cause there was nothing we could do.
I suppose you are right. But when someone so beloved dies, one cannot help but search one's soul for blame. And even the hardiest knights grow faint-hearted then.
Come to pay my respects. Bid the Duchess farewell.
White roses. They were her favorite. Go inside then. She lies in the ducal crypt. In one room with her murderer. Despite my protests.
What? Who decided that?
The Regent's Council. A pack of old men who've statutes and codices for hearts. Ducal blood flowed in Sienna's veins, and she was never legally disinherited. So they ruled she should lie alongside Anarietta.
You can even choose which grave to place flowers on.
I regret it ended this way, that I failed to prevent it. Hope you can forgive me. Rest in peace.
Stylish crypt, quite subdued. Yes, this is the kind of eternal resting place I dream of.
Moments like this, I never know if you're joking or serious.
Serious, Geralt, serious. It's remarkably peaceful, subtly charming to the hilt. A perfect match for the Duchess's dignity. Ah, you humans, you'll never cease to amaze me. To feel despair in the face of natural processes to which you are predestined. I've come to take you from this place, my friend. Dare say you deserve a speck of respite after the mad whirl of the last few days.
All those deaths I failed to prevent. Feel pretty awful right about now. Can't help thinking I could have done more. Now Toussaint's left without a ruler, or more accurately, chaos rules here. Hand in hand with despair. Duchess won over people's hearts. All Beauclair now weeps for her.
A mass outburst of emotion. Well, it seems her subjects have adopted some of their recent ruler's traits.
Why the sarcasm? Thought you liked Donna Henrietta.
I did. And I do truly rue her passing.
Me too.
Then let us drink.
Always seemed to me you were a very complicated creature by nature. Not one to resort to such simple methods like drinking your worries away.
There exist worries for which they're quite simply, it's no other medicine.
Whatever you say about Siona, you gotta admit, she was unbending.
That she was. I do admit it. Though, in her case, it would have been better if she had been a tad more, philosophical, pausing from time to time to reflect on the propriety of her actions.
True.
How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diavolis variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
This moon...
Optional, put on mask and gloves. Listen, game. It's a very... And I mean, I guess the game is technically correct.
So dreamy.
Oh, it puts the hood down when we do this. Oh, I wonder if we put the ass ears on. Oh, I think I got rid of those. So we can... I'm not a huge fan of the hood, but we can take it down by wearing a mask. Or other headgear. That's good to know.
Now, where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He's a vampire, after all. Damn it, where'd you go?
Hey, Myas, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. We're almost at the very end of my first Witcher 3 playthrough. Where we are very excellent at getting the absolutely worst endings possible.
Those Bruxae, they called you a traitor.
Alas,
We've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or...
Won't let it go, will they?
They will not. Fortunately, we've another rule. An unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink.
Yeah, what's worse than Detloff and both the women dying? If we're calling this the middling one. What happened? Spoil that for me, because I'm going to try for the best ending when we play through again.
Green bouquet. Firm, defined beginning. Then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours. By the way, I left a gift for you at your new home. On the nightstand.
Thanks. Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
The endings that they're called the worst, you refuse to kill Detloff and only Sienna dies, you end up in jail and Dandelion has to bail you out. I guess that's subjective which one is the worst then. I feel like the one where all three of the people die, I would consider objectively the worst. I feel like that one, the one where Detloff and where only Sienna dies, that would, I feel like that classifies as middling.
Know what? Think I just might. Come on now, don't laugh. Maybe not today or tomorrow. But one day I'll want to see what it's like. To just wake up every day in my own bed.
Oh, stop, please. Sounds so sentimental, my fangs have begun to hurt. Then what? Will you begin writing your memoirs like Dandelion? I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Oh, our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair, far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy, though. What about you? Any idea where you'll go?
Distance is of the essence. I thought I might venture south.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? The Nilfgaardians are a modern society. None there believe in vampires anymore. This fact alone could be very useful to one wishing to remain incognito.
Interesting point of view. I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
That we do.
I like how he breaks the fourth wall at the end there and just looks like at us. This is the game's dev speaking to us? Yeah, something like that.
Actually, I'd love to go home.
Hey, thanks for the biddies, J-Ray. And altruism music. Let's go home and see what he left us on our nightstand. And then we'll call it a playthrough, I think. So I did pretty casual, mostly doing the main storyline stuff, just finding everything as we went this time through. We're going to be playing a bunch of other things for the single player story driven stuff that I'm going to be doing. What's on the docket next on stream? We're going to be doing God of War. We're going to play Bloodborne, Bugsnax, Ratchet and Clank, Ghost of Tsushima. So a bunch of good games. Bunch of good games coming up, and then this one is supposed to be getting a graphical remaster for the PlayStation 5. So if that actually happens later this year, I'm gonna revisit it and play a new game plus and do a little bit more of a completionist playthrough that aims to get the good endings intentionally.
Wants to play tag? You'd never catch me.
Yeah. Our playthrough. I think we're mid 60s, a little over 60 hours for this playthrough, with just mostly doing the main storylines and not looking anything up really. And I had people in chat help me figure out how to get the cat school gear, but next time I intend to try and do things more completionist. Bloodborne will be great. Yeah, I've heard mixed things about whether or not people think I'll like Bloodborne, so I'm interested to try it. New game plus lets you start with all your gear again, right? So I'll get to keep my cat school gear and stuff for it, I assume. You just don't get to keep the quest items.
My head positively whirling.
You keep your gear in your levels, yeah.
Even a horse drops if you ride it.
The pitcher patter of Geralt's feet.
Master Witcher, some unknown individual barged into the residence. I resisted as best I could, but to no avail.
Who is it?
Alas, they did not do me the basic courtesy of introducing themselves.
Unexpected as ever.
Ha! Does this change to Triss if you end up with Triss, or is it only ever Yen?
Come, or how I found you?
Wouldn't get a straight answer anyway.
Quite true.
Used to bother me, all your secrets. Now I know if you have something to tell me, you'll tell me. Don't need to ask.
I missed you, Geralt. Madly. Come outside. We can hold hands and stare at the sky, like some shitty two-crown romance.
Yeah, part of our reward here was being given lands. So we own this vineyard.
Ever thought this day would come? Me and you, peace and quiet, bees buzzing, birds chirping.
I almost regret delaying so long before coming to you. I was quite the silly goose.
You have doubts? Though I imagine it might have been hard coming after me. Always were proud as a peacock.
Please, Geralt. I'm not like other sorceresses to feel that following someone means my wings have been clipped.
Ooh, watch what you say about your colleagues. Remember, it's an ill bird that fouls its own nest.
Well said, Witcher. You're not only handsome, but wise, too. I feel a bit like the cat that got the canary.
Yeah, and I'm... Damn it, you win. This time.
Ha!
How'd that start, anyway? Our duels and wordplay.
Forgotten. It was at a vernissage in Banard. You started it to keep from going mad with boredom. I remember finding your sense of humor both groan-worthy and somehow endearing. Never change, Geralt. I beg you.
So, talk again later?
Of course. I'm not going anywhere.
If you turn down both Yen and Triss, it can be Ciri or Dandelion, depending on Ciri's ending in the main game. Neat. Gosh. I didn't understand, having not played this, I didn't understand what the hype was behind Cyberpunk, having not played this before, but like seeing all the different things you can do in this game I know Cyberpunk's obviously a very different setting, but like, bugs aside, does the actual story live up to like what Witcher set up? Reading these words, it means I am far beyond the borders of Toussaint, and you found my mutagenerator. Of course, you may dub this instrument however you like, perhaps something more fitting to your taste or better reflecting a function. I've been working on this device in my spare time, but now it's finished. I'm convinced as an inventor can be, the usefulness of this apparatus. As the name indicates, the mutagenerator generates mutagens. It operates by absorbing electromagnetic energy waves from the bodies. In this case, the bodies of monsters and evildoers you kill. And when it has absorbed enough, it will be charged the critical amount. The mutagenerator changes stored energy into a greater mutagen, which I suspect you will make good use of. Neat. Hey, Hot Chocolate Kiss, thanks for the follow. Is that something we'll keep into the new playthrough? Or is that a quest item? Device for creating mutagens. I imagine we'd lose that. But do you know how much content there is in Witcher Superior? I also enjoyed Cyberpunk and spent 70 hours in it. Okay. Well, there isn't really a ending point, right? You could technically go back and do a bunch of quests and stuff here. There's just no primary quest anymore, but we have all of these. So I'm planning to end this playthrough here. Like I mentioned, we're going to be moving on to God of War. When the remaster for this hits later this year, hopefully for the PS5, we'll revisit it, but there's a ton of other good new games to meet in the meantime. Hopefully we'll get things like the Horizon Zero Dawn sequel and stuff to explore on stream. Thanks everybody for hanging out. If you want to watch this playthrough, my first time through with Witcher, start to finish, you can find it up on my YouTube channel. I'm going to add this last couple hours to it there momentarily. I don't think we'll ever top Witcher in terms of narrative. Yeah, I don't know. So, from a pure storytelling perspective, I think Horizon Zero Dawn is on par with Witcher in terms of the quality of the story it tells and the texture of the characters and stuff in it. But from your decisions matter and impact that different endings, like I don't intend to go back and play through Horizon Zero Dawn again, but like this, I'm looking forward to playing through again and intentionally making different decisions to get different endings and outcomes. So that from that perspective, this game is just the best that I've ever touched in terms of that and doing more side quests and things of that nature. So next time to please the chat, next time I think we'll intentionally end up with Triss as opposed to Yen, since we were with Yen in this playthrough. The main story of Cyberpunk is on par, but the secondary characters and stories are better developed in Witcher. Okay, sweet. I also like from a enjoyment standpoint, I enjoy the setting of Witcher more than like a modern day Cyberpunk, what Cyberpunk is or futuristic Cyberpunk is. I'm going to do Cyberpunk at some point when they eventually patch up all the issues with it, but in terms of personal preference, I prefer the setting. The world in which you're so alive through secondary content, it's hard to call it secondary. Yeah. Hey, all right, I'm off for the day. I was originally going to take the whole weekend off, but we were so close to finishing this, I wanted to. So Monday, I'll be back with some Runeterra, and then we'll be starting God of War at the end of the stream on Monday. For my older time audience, for Magic people, I think I'm leaning towards giving Arena and Caldeum a chance for some standard constructed on Thursday when their new set drops, but I'm still back and forth. We'll see. I haven't completely decided. I scheduled Thursday, Friday for flex time. But we'll see. We might light $100 on fire and give that a try. Yeah, we're waiting for Runeterra. Runeterra is waiting on Aphelios anyways, so like poking at Magic and finding it's good or laughing at what it still is in the meantime could be. I don't know. So like to be completely blunt, not only does morbid curiosity have me in terms of poking at Magic stuff, but like based on the current trajectory, based on the last few months, I'm not expecting to clear my 1,500 sub goal. Like we would have missed it last month too if it weren't for a pile of sub gifts. And I don't expect people to gift a pile of subs every month. So from a self-perseverance, there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. I have bills to pay. It might be time to poke back into that so I can continue existing and having a place to live. So for reference for people that are newer to the channel, like you can see, I've had 1,000 subs this month. When I streamed Magic as my full-time game before I stopped that for Runeterra, I averaged 2,600 subs per month. So I've dropped off a lot of income switching to other stuff. Become a limited streamer. I mean, honestly, Twin, there could be some value in poking at Magic and just not poking at their constructed stuff. Yeah, I know a bunch of people are here regardless, and I appreciate all of them. It's been super fun playing these other things. Like, I still intend to play God of War and Bloodborne and stuff like that, but I might need to diversify the card game content to make sure this can keep being my job. Runeterra is just not as big as Magic is. All right, I'm off, folks. I'm gonna find someone to host, and we'll dive. We'll be back on Monday. I'm taking all of tomorrow off.